Welcome to Carroll Helping Carroll. I'm Brenda Dinne, and I'm a media maker and video producer at the Community Media Center. Carroll Helping Carroll is a show designed to highlight local nonprofits in Carroll County, Maryland that make a difference in our community. In this episode, I am pleased to showcase the ARC Carroll County. Today we will be sitting down with Rowe, the Executive Director of ARC, to talk about the services and resources that ARC provides to the residents of Carroll County. Enjoy. Because October is National Down Syndrome Awareness Month, we are here talking with Rowe, Executive Director for ARC Carroll County, about individuals with disabilities who are transitioning from high school into the young adult world and the services that may be provided and moving on to that next step. And I understand it's also National Disability Employment Month as well.
That's correct.
So we'd like to thank you for being with us, and we're very excited to hear what you have to say about this topic. So maybe you can start by telling us what is the ARC and what is it that you do, generally speaking?
Well, Brenda, first of all, thank you for having me on your show, and I really do enjoy coming out and talking to folks about the ARC and what it is that we do. Actually, the ARC is a national organization. We're one of 700 chapters nationwide, and the ARC was formed years ago really by parents, really to provide services to their children who at that time weren't allowed to attend public school. And so out of that movement really grew the services for adults with disabilities. And so at our local chapter, at the ARC Carroll County, we really provide an array of services for adults, but also for young adults and students as well. Some of those things are residential. We have some residential homes where people live. We do a lot of work connecting people with employment, with businesses around the community. We have a pretty large transportation program. We do a lot of advocacy. And then support services, and then our program around education for folks.
Sounds like you do quite a lot. Can you tell us what services you provide for young adults with disabilities who are transitioning out of high school, and what age exactly does that apply to?
Well, transition here in Maryland starts really at age 15. So when students are in 9th grade, they start to hear about transition. Then as they move through their school program, as they begin to get to their junior, senior year, we offer some services called pre-ETS, which is pre-employment employment training. And we conduct those services at the ARC, and just some of the popular topics. We have a class on job hunters where we're helping students learn about work and going out to work. We are doing a class right now on coding. We have some students that are interested in coding and technology, so we've conducted a class about that. Some other classes that we've done in the past are around the idea of customer service, when you're on the job and giving good customer service. And then 2 classes that we hope to offer in the near future are safe food handling, and then another around, oh geez, it'll come to me in a moment. But then the other thing that we're working with students on is really that employment experience. So it started where students in the summertime would come to us, and we would help them find jobs in businesses around the community. But then that really grew to be a year-round program. So we're working with students all year round in trying to connect them with a business or a vocation of their interest.
It looks like we've found ourselves trapped in yet another edition of Know Your Crew, the segment of our show where you, the audience, gets the privilege of knowing us, your crew. Follow my explicit commands, and you will be awarded with valuable behind-the-scenes mind gems. Let's take a look at the control room. the nerve center of this digital shindig. This cavalcade of chaotic calamity could only come together with the help of our technical director, Cody McLaughlin. And by their side, hitting all the right notes, we have our audio engineer, George Shearer, bringing literal music to your ears. Switching gears and finding the cheer, it's Kayla Catlin on the board and Kevin McDermott on graphics. And finally, in control room, we have the man who tells me what to say, by force if necessary, Sean Dinne. Sean is now demanding that I take us to the studio, so it has to be done. Sorry for the delay, Sean. On the floor, there is no higher quality or authority than our floor director, John Carver. Working far beneath him on the hierarchy in this studio are our camera operators, truly the keystone in this metaphoric archway of programming. We have Bob Champaglia running a camera. And to finish up the line of camera jockeys, we have the legend himself, Alan Butler. Way to razzle-dazzle him, Alan. But let's not forget the whole reason we're watching today, me, Mike Fell, your most humble MC. Again, I'm Mike Fell, and you're welcome for this installment of Know Your Crew. Back to you, Don.
So you're getting them ready for the next step where they're actually going to be working for real in the big world out there.
We are, yeah. We really think that's an important part of our mission and our vision. Years ago, people would come to our facility for their services. We had a big sheltered workshop, and that was really what was the practice and what most people were doing. But that really has shifted quite a bit over the years, and what we're finding is students, as they're transitioning into young adults, they want to be like you and I and have a meaningful job out in the community. And so, we want to help them in that process.
Great. And why wouldn't they want to be being part of the community just like everybody else?
Right. And earning that paycheck.
Right.
That paycheck's very important too.
That is important, yes. I would like to thank our talented crew and our wonderful on-air talent for being here with us today. I would also like to thank you at home for joining us on Carroll Helping Carroll. Don't forget to check out this episode and other episodes of Carroll Helping Carroll on Comcast Channel 19 and the Carroll Media Center YouTube channel.